screwing around and start!
Alright, so I'm doing an updated Ghostrick profile. I've been doing it with this deck for a while, and I've actually gone undefeated. I've faced Lightsworns, I've faced, what else did I face? Battling Boxers. I faced a lot of decks, but the only problem is I'm playing an OCG exclusive card. So, keep that in mind when I do this list. But this deck is currently gone undefeated, so this is current build. I own every single card in the deck. I'm actually using a proxy for, 2 of the Dork Lords because I only own 1, and I don't have my other Alucard with me because I'm loaning it to Matt for his Burning Abyss deck right now. So, yeah, I only have 2 of the Alucards. So, we've got 3 Jiangshi. Her effect is just get you your level 1s. You don't really need your level 1s. I'll explain how the deck works after I show you the list. We have 3 Mummies. Mummy is the main card in this deck. The second you get Mummy off, you can win games because you lock your opponent down. We have 2 Skeletons because I need level 1s, and his effect is really nice, being able to screw with your opponent's deck. Just flip up, banish 5. It doesn't matter if you only banish 10, let's say, the whole duel. That screws with so many decks because you just killed 10 cards in their deck. This is one of the win conditions you actually get off in this deck. You can successfully get, I think, 3 different win conditions in this deck, so, you know. 1 Stein. He's a level 3, that's why you run him. You don't need his effect ever. I've hardly ever gotten his effect off, ever since playing the deck from ever. The main things that you care about in this deck is the fact that he's a level 3 and that Mummy is a double summoner. Level 2s, we got 1 Witch, 1 Yuki-Onna, 1 Doll, 1 Nekomusume. Doll is a good card, but you don't want her after the first turn. Her effect's mandatory, and as much as I really like that in the last build of the deck, this new card, you do not want your cards flipped down. Witch is nice. Yuki-Onna, she's not needed. You don't have to run her if you don't want to. She's my favorite Ghostrick card, and as always, I had to put that 1 card in there that I really like. And Nekomusume is really good against decks that Fusion, XYZ, Synchro, all this crap. I believe it's just when it's normal card. Let's see, when a normal or special summon. Yeah, so when she's out with your combo and stuff, you just lock the game down because your opponent can no longer do things. Moving on, level 1s, 3 Lantern, 3 Jackfrost, 3 Mary, and 1 Specter. Specter is kind of pointless. You don't want your cards being destroyed. If your cards are being destroyed, you better have this guy in your hand. Mary, Jackfrost, and Lantern are the main cards in your deck just because they're level 1s. You don't ever use them for their effects besides Mary. Mary is the main card in your deck. The other guys are there just in case if you need them, but you shouldn't need to if your deck's working at its full potential, and it likes to do that for you. Moving on to spells. 3 Parade and a Mansion. Right now, a lot of you probably are like going to click out of this video, but the thing is, this deck works differently than any deck you've ever played in Ghostricks. The Parade and the Mansion are all you need. Parade gets you your cards. You want to open with 1 Parade, 1 Jiangshi. You open with these 2 cards and you win because they just can't touch you. You can search whatever you want, negate things, take damage, get cards out. This card is only in there for if you want to win by battle. Another win condition you have. So that's the first 2 that we have in this deck. We only run 5 non-Ghostrick cards. I like kind of bragging about that because it's weird. We're running 2 Swords of Concealing Light. I was running 3, but I just found Ghostrick Scare so much better. 1 Terraforming, 1 Day of Peace, and 1 Book of Moon. 1 Day of Peace is good when you're trying to set up that first turn before you have a Mary, and a Book of Moon is just always good, especially when your monster's effects get negated and you can't flip your dude down, so Book of Moon does that for you. Terraforming gets you to your parades, that's all you want. Once you have Parade, you're good. Moving on to the traps, we have 3 Scare, 3 Vanish, and 2 Night. That's all you need for traps. You do not need anything else. Anything else is unnecessary, clogs up your hand. These ones all say Ghostrick, so they're all searchable. I'll explain how the deck works once again after I finish the profile. First of all, we have 3 Alucard. My third one is in Burning Abyss, as I said, so I've just been using dumb proxy since I don't generally need more than 2, but the third one is very useful. So we have 3 Alucard, 1 Socuteboss. She's literally useless in your deck, besides the fact that she is a level 2. So you can get your level 2s out the field. This is your only way to get Doll out of play once she's out, because your opponent will not be killing your cards because you'll be winning the game. So this card gets her out the field, but she still mandatory flips everything down. We have 3 Dullahan. This is your main card. When you're running 9 level 1s, this is your main card. You summon him, you have a card, and then you rank it up into this card. I only own 1, and I'm going to buy 2 more. Right now I'm using proxies like always, but the thing is what her effect is. This card is 2 level 4 monsters. You can summon this by putting it on top of a Ghostrick XYZ except for herself. This card has a bunch of other effects. 1, if she has 10 materials under her, you win the duel. Doesn't matter if her effect's negated by skill drain. If she has 10 materials under her and they flip up skill drain, you still win the duel because it's a win condition, not an effect. The effects are: you can once per turn attach from your hand to this card a Ghostrick card. Any Ghostrick card. If you have this in your hand, you can attach it to her. She already starts off generally with 2 or 3 cards underneath her, so that instantly puts her to 4. Once you have 10, you win. So that's your last win condition. I've gotten that off 3 times. I've won a lot of times just from attacking for game because her attack is 2,000. Here, let me see if I can get this to focus. Just being so dumb. I can't get it to focus. Sorry about that. But it's got 2,000 attack, 2,500 defense, and you can just shrink it up. The last effect is you can detach 1 material, add from your deck to your hand 1 Ghostrick spell or trap. This card right here is what gets the deck rolling. The second you can get 2 level 3s or 2 level 1s onto the field, you have won because you can search things. This card makes the deck so live. Being able to summon Alucard, pop a back row, rank it up into this, detach, search for a field spell, add a card back, because Alucard goes to the grave and activates his effect. It's beautiful. The ability, you can do the exact same thing with a level 1 Dullahan. Summon Dullahan, have a card, activate over. I mean, you don't even have to have the card if you don't want to, just activate it, detach, search 2. I mean, it's beautiful. You get 1 from your grave, 1 from the deck, and you've just instantly put the deck rolling. So you're wondering why I didn't show you the rest of the extra deck, because that's only how many cards? 3, 6, 9, 10? Like 10 cards? It's because Downerd is one of them. And outside of Downerd, you have Fortune Tune, Zenmaines, Shadow Lich. I have a second one of these because I can't make these cards very often. The only cards you want to make in the deck are these. Downerd is an okay last up plan once you summon these. This is the only one of these like new cards that doesn't have the hoot cake clause, is what me and my friends call it. Because you can summon as many as you want, and you can use as many of their effects as you want 1 turn. So you can search as many cards. You can use 2 to search for cards and 1 to get the effects to do it. How does this deck win? You win because your opponent doesn't. As I said, the ideal setup is set, hurt, activate a field spell, Parade. So your opponent attacks directly. You use Parade, search for the Mary. Mary, discard, summon from your deck, face down, Mummy. Next turn, flip up Mummy. Summon whatever you want twice because you can. Let's say this guy and this guy. Flip up this girl, search whatever you want. It doesn't matter what you search. You can search for whatever makes your heart content in the monster lineup. Then, let's say we added, just for the heck of it, Nekomusume, because next turn we'll summon her. You can then take these level 4s you have here, or level 3s you have here, and XC whatever you want. This card is useless to you from this point forward. Stein never has a point to you, so you can XYZ these 2, or you can put these 2 together and just keep searching, but you have no cards you need to search for from this point forward. Now that we have those 2 decided, we make Alucard. You can, if you want to, right now search for the cards that you want, or you can just not. So, it's beautiful like that. You can now search from your deck, your extra deck, summon this card, his effect, or her effect, detach Alucard, add from your deck to your hand, Ghostrick Night, and you can pull back a Mary if you want to, or you can search for whatever you want. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. A lot of times you open with what you want. You can go these 2 and you can search for the other, the Night or the Scare or the Vanish. In order to win, you just get these cards on the field. You set them and you win. You flip up Night, your opponent can no longer flip cards because you're flipping them constantly down with Scare. Your monsters stay on the field. You don't ever set cards except for like 1 or 2. Most of the time you leave them face up, especially Nekomusume. She just sits there on the field, your opponent can't summon. When they do, it flips down. I mean, this card right here says every single turn you banish 5, and it doesn't even matter. This card, they cannot summon. This card, they cannot have cards face up, and Vanish says anti-MST. The MST, you chain this, your cards can't be destroyed. Your ghost tricks, your face down monsters, and your spells and stuff. That's the deck. That's how it works. I wanted to update you. I'm sorry I do not own 3 copies of her. I'm sorry she's Japanese, so you can't really play this deck in real life as much as I can because some of my friends let me play with this card. But the deck itself has gone undefeated. As of now. Try playing it online. It's surprisingly awesome. I've dueled so many. I've even beat Cliff Horse with this because they can't do things when you flip up a Scare, flip down all their Pendulum dudes, and then next turn flip up Night and just go off. It's beautiful. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was just a fun little deck profile since a lot of you subscribed for that. And there's Ghostricks. Yeah.